Hi, we are back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined in studio now by two executives from Marani Brands Incorporated, MRIB is a stock symbol. Dan Centers, Vice President of Distribution. Dan, always good to see you.
Good to see you, Don.
And of course, the CEO, Margaret Aero. Margaret, it's a pleasure to have you back on the program.
Same here, Don. Thank you.
Now, Dan, we talked the last time you were on the program about what was going on with Costco. Again, I want to congratulate you folks on that. That is such a huge deal. But I understand that you actually have managed to get the product into the Costco member stores quite a bit ahead of schedule.
Yes, we're a couple weeks ahead of schedule. Product was delivered to the distribution center, and from there, the Costco distribution center will distribute to each individual store. So, as of today, you'll start seeing Marani on the shelves on each of the 13 clubs.
That is really fantastic, and this is basically like a test run with Costco. They check to see how the product does in these test stores, as it were, and then you can move on to the rest of California and perhaps on a nationwide rollout. Is that kind of what the game plan is?
Correct. The next time we're on the show, I hope to have some great information as far as movement per week and talk about expansion into other clubs.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the word expansion, because I want to direct the next question at you, Margaret. I mean, you know, expansion has seemed to have been the key word for your company since we started covering you about 4 or 5 months ago. You have something in the neighborhood of $104, $105 million in distribution contracts that are either in place or pending. This has been exciting. It's been an exciting ride.
Yes, it really has been a very exciting ride. Some of our contracts that we initially signed are actually expanding much bigger than what we had planned. Our shipments, we're anticipating we begin shipping to Brazil and Mexico before the calendar year of October.
Okay.
So the products will be available during the holiday season for those countries. Logistically, Brazil is completely done. We're working on a few other major marketing plans with our distributors, so when we launch the brand, it becomes successful. It is going to expand we'll be in São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and I believe there's another province that it will be hitting. I will have the correct name, and I don't want to kill the name. But I understand we really have great partners in Brazil. We also have great partners in Mexico that we're moving forward with, and we're very excited about it. It's running a little later than the company had planned, but under the limited amount of resources the company has had and what we had to accomplish until now, I believe we're still on target. We're a little bit late, but at the end of the day, what counts is to be doing a good job and delivering so the product moves. It's not so much getting the product, and if you can't market it and move it forward, it would be pointless. It'll be a one-time deal.
Well, we're talking about California, which is one of the largest economies in the world. You're talking about 6 or 7 states in the U.S. I know you're working on New York State. You're talking about Brazil and Mexico. The first thing I think of is that's a lot of vodka. Are you concerned at all about meeting the demand?
No, we're not. The only thing we're doing right now is, I think Dan had mentioned before, when I was in Armenia, I met with our partners, our distillery, and we discussed all the production issues, if there's going to be any, but there isn't going to be any, because we do have the facilities and we have the ability to produce the product, and without compromising the quality of the product. And we're working on refining the product further, literally, at this point.
So the business end of things is going very, very well. Let's talk about the stock for a moment. I know that you have some filings that are pending or have just about to be done. Tell us about the progress report there.
Our public filings, our financials will be filed before end of this weekend. Hopefully by the weekend, it will be filed by Monday morning. Meanwhile, even though at one of the announcements we made that we had the interviews, we were anticipating to have really reasonable revenues, but unfortunately, because our license came so late in March, it didn't allow us to have that revenue that we had planned to have because of logistically from licensing and shipping product to distributor and so on. But our year end, the company's year end is June 30th, which would be coming up pretty quickly. That's about the time we can show reasonable revenues moving through the company and the difference in creating the shareholder value in creating the revenue that's going to come in.
Once again, the company is Marani Brands Incorporated. MRIB is the stock symbol. Folks, more progress, more excitement. Thanks so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, Don.
Don.